Video games. James Bond video games. Do that again with more energy. Video games. Or wait, no. Is he British? What does James Bond sound like? James Bond. I guess he's different in every iteration. Video games. James Bond video games. Oh my god, he's incredible. Here's the deal. I was planning on making a video where I took my first impressions of all of the James Bond video games in eternity. The games range from 1982 all the way up to 2012, starting with Shaken But Not Stirred on the ZX Spectrum, all the way down to 007 Legends on the PS3. So I just kind of did the console stuff after I did the ZX Spectrum games, and that's what I tried to stick with, just as a heads up. So I was going to play through them and, you know, take gameplay from all of them, kind of like similarly I did with the Game of Scotland, and like do reviews for them. That didn't work because halfway through I noticed that I had put my track of audio in the wrong section, and so I kind of ruined the audio essentially. So backup plan, he saved it, kind of. My backup plan is to make a bingo, James Bond bingo for the new game based on the first levels of all of the games that I've played. Get it? Bondo. Hold on, let me show you the bingo board. I have to make the bingo board. Oh fuck. I'm gonna do Bondo. Because it's not Bongo. And it's not Bindo. Now I was thinking I could do 4x4 and just do Bond, but I feel like I played way too many games for it to be 4x4. Maybe I could do 4x4. Well, no, well then where's the free space gonna be? We'll figure it out. We'll game it out. The first game, Shaken But Not Stirred, from 1982 or 1983. This is the very, very first game that's on the list of the wiki. From what, 28, 40? No, not 20. What are you talking about? 26 plus 18 is 36, is 44 years ago, right? Yes, if I did the math wrong, future me, fix it. This one still has audio too, so maybe I can put in some clips of me talking about it. Is this it? This is all you do? I'm gonna drive my brace! Shoot him! Shoot him with the fucking gun! I don't know is this gonna work? There's too many games. Or should I just wing it? I might wing it. I'm gonna wing it. First thing on the Bondo board. Pussy LaRue. Oh wait, no. Not her name isn't Pussy LaRue, it's Pussy Galore. Sorry, excuse me. Excuse me, little pussies out there. Here's something about me. I don't know a lot about James Bond. When I heard the name Pussy Galore, I said, what? I said, can we do that? I think I should put the clip in. I was like, I don't know. I didn't know that was allowed. Born into brown leather pants, Pussy Galore. Her name she can't be named Pussy Galore. Can I say that? Will YouTube kill me? That's first thing on the Bond list. Pussy Galore. And this is a woman's name. That dot test. Let's do this. The woman. There we go. Pussy Galore is a semi-villain, semi-good person who's like working with Bond, and they're kind of have a relationship. So like I said, I don't know a lot about James Bond. From what I learned throughout playing the games, she is an acrobatic. She runs a flying circus with like helicopters and stuff, and she loves flying. And she multiple times, so I'm guessing this was like an old movie thing. She multiple times throughout these games tries to almost helps Goldfinger blow up Fort Knox. And you'd think she figured out the first time, but I'm guessing this the last one, which was in 007 Legends. I'm guessing that was a reference to the first game that I played, or one of the first games that I played, which was James Bond Goldfinger. Anyways, she shows up in she doesn't show up in Shaken But Not Stirred. She shows up in the Goldfinger game for the ZX Spectrum and 007 Legends. Does she show up with something else? She must do. I think she's in another thing. So when I'm going through the footage for this, if I find out what she's in, I'll put that in here as well. The point of this bingo is to make an assumption on things that I think will be in the this new 007 First Light game, and I'm picking things that show up multiple times. And Pussy Galore shows up a couple times. Like she's in a couple different games. Those are the two I remember. She's in Goldfinger and 007 Legends, but she's definitely in the Goldfinger-based villain games, or Goldfinger villain-based games. Yeah. Okay. Pussy Galore's on the list. 25 of these? Okay, next up on the list. A bomb. Oh, sorry. Defusing a bomb. Or just a bomb. Defusing or otherwise. No, yeah. Do a bomb. A lot of parentheses for me. Defusing or otherwise. And I'm not joking. Every single one of these games has a bomb in it. So because I didn't have a lot of time to do this and I was speeding up, trying to get it done quickly before the game release, I only did the first level for each. Pretty much every game starts with James Bond having to defuse a bomb James Bond, more like international spy of prestige or whatever, like, right? He's like a more sophisticated Ethan Hunt. But for some reason, in all of these games, he never does subterfuge. Out of the 30 or some odd games I've played, only about 5 of them have James doing subterfuge. Like being stealthy and like tricking people or like using his gadgets, right? Most of the other games are firefight. It's just you're just killing everyone. That's not spy behavior. If you're just killing everyone, you're just an assassin or a mercenary, I guess. So I learned that for the ZX Spectrum of Beauty Kill and Goldfinger, which both came out in 1983 or something, both those games involve pussy galore, but also I think I was talking about is way worse. But also have bombs in them in which she tries to drop a bomb on Fort Knox with Goldfinger's help, but then she's like, "Oh, I didn't know," and it's like, "What do you mean you didn't know? You're working with the guy. We know he's bad. What are you talking about? He's got a guy who has got a knife hat. Is his hat made of knives? What makes the hat so strong? Odd Job. Okay, it's not hard. Pause the timer. There's a guy named Odd Job in all of these games. I should put him on the bingo. Odd Job. And his stupid hat. Maybe I should do like a called shot, like we get to pick it up. Because he'll probably be in there. Maybe he could be like, throws his hat. He's gonna do that. That's his thing. If he's there, he's gonna do that. So let's say Odd Job kills someone with his hat. That's what we'll do. Don't do all caps. Another classic James Bond villain that I learned about is a guy named Odd Job who's like Goldfinger's right-hand man. He doesn't talk. And he's got a bowler cap that he can throw at people, and it's like, it's somehow sharp, but there's no knives on it. So when you think of a hat that's deadly, you think of Raiden from Mortal Kombat, right? You're thinking like, oh, it's sharpened in some ways, but it just looks like a hat and it's curved. Can I show a photo? It's like, it's not particularly sharp. And maybe it's like the that one's metal. Well, he's not throwing his hat. That's something else. Okay. You know in John Wick, John has that like bulletproof suit where it's like made of titanium or whatever, but it's like flexible. Maybe it's like that. Whereas the shape and the like texture and feel of cloth or whatever hats are made out of felt, but in reality it's super sharp metal. I still don't understand, because you'd think, I don't know how he's throwing it around in sharp or whatever, but I'm gonna guess, rather than just having it be that he's there or that he just kills someone, because if he's there he's gonna throw the hat. I'm gonna say he kills someone with the hat, because in all the games he kind of misses. Maybe I should say James dodges it. Oh, he threw it at me. I love Odd Job. He's so dumb. Wow. That was incredibly easy. Why didn't they just shoot me? I love that he just throws his hat everywhere. We dodge Odd Job's hat. Odd Job's hat. And this is the problem, because I was thinking about this when I was playing the games, where I was like, do I go with things that I want to happen, or do I go with things that I think will happen? And I think he will be dodging the hat if he's there. But what I want to do is I want him to kill someone with the hat. So just keep that in mind. Maybe I can make a separate bingo board for all my wants, okay? I didn't even finish the bomb defusing one. There's a bomb. I can show, okay, editing David, show all the clips of all the flippin' bombs. There's always a bomb and a million explosions. Is he defusing a bomb in James Bond Jr.? No. No bombs. No bombs in James Bond Jr. Dang it! Goldfinger's there, so it's an Odd Job. Okay, yeah. And Goldfinger's name is Dr. Deranged, so apparently, okay, no, I can't do this. Next thing on the bingo board, because I gotta get to this. I keep remembering stuff. James Bond in college? And that's probably not gonna happen, but that's what I thought to myself. But then I thought again. Then my second neuron's fired, and I realized, this 007 First Light, it's young James Bond. So there's a game for the SNES called James Bond Jr., in which you play as James Bond at college. What's the name of the college? Let me put James Bond, Jamie Boy, College Arc. Okay. And then this is my like professor talking to me for some reason. I don't know why James has a professor, because he's not 007 if he's not James Bond if he's in college, right? They have a college program for MI6 agents, like it's the Disney program, like it's Disney World. You fight like ninjas and monkeys and stuff. It's very classic SNES platformer. But most of the game is just you flying around in a helicopter, which I could put that on the bingo board too. Let's put that on the bingo board. Minicopter. Or the, what's the name of her traveling, the air circus thing? Did I have anything else to say about that? No. I don't know. I think I got lost. I think, and maybe you can put clip in where I got lost, but I think I was talking about something and I forgot what it was. But that's fine. What's next? Oh, the gadget! Okay, so this seems obvious because it's James Bond, right? And also because I haven't watched the James Bond 007 First Light trailer in a while, so maybe this is all obvious. Should I watch it? But I don't want to see gameplay because then I'll know. Maybe it was a gameplay trailer, but I cannot believe the first thing is supposed to go on. I know there will be gadgets, right? I love the gadgets, okay? I need the gadgets. I depend on them, okay? They're the best part. When you think about James Bond, you like having gadgets, and then Hitman already had a billion gadgets. That's wild, because there are a lot of similarities. So it makes sense that IO picked up the series. I'm gonna say gadgets, but like fun one, like the laser watch and like the cell phone stunner and stuff. Because I like the gadgets. I think it was the PS1 game. Let me find. I think it was Agent Under Fire. Once I hit the 3D James Bond with the first person and so on, like these, it was so much fun. No, Tomorrow Never Dies. I'm dumb. Tomorrow Never Dies. No, the first 3D one was GoldenEye. But essentially, like these PS1 silly ones where you get to like ski around and you get to scale castles and stuff. They give you these silly gadgets like a grappling hook and everything. That, oh my god, those are the best. The world is not enough for the initial PlayStation, and I think my favorite one of all of these. It's so fun. I became manic when I was playing this. I got lost, and I had this joke to myself where I was just like James Bond being lost, and MI6 won't respond to his calls. Let me show you some of the gadgets. Like this, like this weird pen that he has that he can use to like, it's like a VLF disruptor or whatever, and he can use to like mess with cameras and stuff. And then he's got a cell phone that's a taser. It's great. Maybe I want the fun gadgets. I don't want just gadgets, because like sure, exploding coins and stuff is Hitman, and I guess those are silly. Like the heat-seeking suitcase, that's pretty stupid, but I want like totally spies gadgets that you can use. Okay, what's next? I think 25 might be too many if I just did that. And do you think anyone would notice? Probably not. Probably not. We can get rid of this free space. So it'll just be Bond. It won't be Bondo. It'll just be Bond. What's another thing? Gadgets? The stupid silver car. It's not stupid. That's dang silver car with the missiles that it could shoot. Whoa! So there's a game for the PlayStation called 007 Racing that is incredibly hectic and I think bad. Like this, there's these city levels and these look pretty cool, right? It's kind of like GTA. But there's this thing where whenever anyone talks, and I mean anyone, NPC, James, someone driving with James, whenever anyone talks or talks to you, the music stops. And the music is really good. Hold on, let me show the music. Right? This is good. But it's like, and then he explodes. And I'm guessing that was Goldfinger. I don't know. But so I'm gonna do that silver car, that classic James Bond silver car. Now I do actually recognize that as probably being in the game because it's kind of specific to James Bond. I don't know if he has it in the Daniel Craig movies. I haven't watched James Bond movies. Which is wild that I'm trying to do this. But I'm guessing that the silver car will be there. But then what do I want? I want the silver car to shoot missiles. It can't just be the silver car is there. Silver car, and then parentheses. Every one of these has parentheses, and then parentheses shoots missiles. So maybe I should just say that it's like the initial thing that I'm guessing is the silver car, but then bonus points if it also shoots missiles. But that's a bad precedent because then Pussy Galore stands on its own, and the woman is the bonus points. No! I don't know if has there ever been a car driving segment in Hitman? I think there has. I think there was one, but it was kind of poorly optimized. But that fits, James Bond. Oh, here's another thing. The James Bond games are kind of change hands a lot, but they're mostly under EA until they go under Activision and Treyarch. Like they could never decide on what the focus was going to be or what the recipe for a James Bond game was going to be. You know, you've got like the classic, James is going to be there, we're going to use a celebrity voice acting, and then we're going to have him do some espionage, and there's going to be a bomb defusal, and there's going to be a bunch of explosions, and he's going to rappel down a building and then shoot a bunch of people. Oh my god. I'm so mad at myself that I don't have, can I show that? What game was that? I had so much fun. It's not this one. Oh, it is this one. Which game is this? Everything or Nothing. So the Everything or Nothing game for the PS2, there is so much chaos, and this kind of sets the precedent for some of the more recent games. If by recent, I mean, what, 16 years ago? 14 years ago. Yeah, there we go. And longer. These games are all pretty much just combat. Like, they realize that, like, oh, gamers just want to kill people. And it's like, oh, that's a bad thing to say. It was just a lot of combat. So this first mission, you're just right into the action. You're just shooting everybody. But there was like there was like two games. There's one game after this where it's like they had this like third-person cover shooter game, and this one has those fun little gadgets. Oh my god, the intro sections, unskippable intro with music. Yeah, it's a James Bond. Did I spell unskippable wrong? Okay, there we go. It's a James Bond. I still spelled it wrong. What are you talking about? Unskippable. I spelled it right. What's even What's even word checking me? I don't have Grammarly or anything. Is the bingo card website Bingo Baker? Are you spell checking me? No. Well, guess what? You got it wrong. I spell check you. Do you think there's anyone else using this website right now? Probably not. I was just saying that there was this era in like the PS2 games where it was just kind of killing people. It was like Splinter Cell, where you're just fighting your way through hordes of enemies with some semblance of like tactics, but really you're just kind of shooting people. And in this one, in Everything or Nothing, they had this cool mechanic of you could rappel down things. But the first mission, I should say this, where Everything or Nothing is the hardest James Bond game of all of them, of all the ones I played. Because the text-based ones were confusing or tough, but they were really, you just need to know what to write. These ones, legitimately, I think I put it on the easiest difficulty and I couldn't handle it. It was crazy. I couldn't get past the first mission. I died like 3 times. They added this, they wanted to make it like this Uncharted kind of Splinter Cell combat, and they kind of went overboard. It was too hard, too complicated. Dark Souls, what about James Bond, Everything or Nothing? But it does start with this cool scene where you rappel down a building, which is pretty cool. I need to say this, I probably should have said this earlier in the video, I might just do a full playthrough of all of these games after I play this James Bond game. Because they're so fun, and also that's why I've been thinking about wanting to do anyways, where oftentimes I get too busy doing other stuff. He stopped talking about the bingo board. Oftentimes I get too busy doing other stuff, and I'm like, I want to do stuff for my YouTube channel, but I want to do complicated things, and complicated things are hard to do, because it's like, you need a lot of time to either script, or edit, or whatever, figure out the format of what you want to do. That's why things like not having the audio record correctly really screws that up, and you have to pivot to a bingo board. Also, these games just were fun. And I never heard of them before. I love finding games I never heard of before. Not once did I see gameplay from the many gaming channels that I follow for gaming news for decades. Decades? Oh, decade. I'm not that old. But it's like, I never once did I see gameplay of a James Bond video game. Not once in my life, other than GoldenEye. People talk about GoldenEye all the time. But I truly, if I hadn't looked up James Bond video games, I don't think I would have known there was James Bond Jr. or anything else. I just thought it was GoldenEye and that was it. I don't know why I rolled out into all 3 of those guys. Okay, let's give a little intro. That should be the free space. Honestly, the Skiffle intro is going to be there. Free space. Maybe. I don't know. I type so fast and so inaccurately, it's hilarious. Okay, what's next? What's another thing? I could just say a bunch of explosions, but I feel like that's part of just the bomb defusing. Would that count? There are, there's tons of explosions in these games. Okay, I could say tons of explosions. Do a supercut of all the explosions. It's insane. It's like, I'd say about 100. Tons of explosions, and then I'll do at least, let's say there are 10 levels. And let's say, if I would assume at least each level has an explosion, I'll say at least 10 explosions. Is 10 too many? 7? I think they're going to be sophisticated with it, because it's new and cool. So let's say at least 6 explosions. At least 6 explosions. Oh, and the fucking Sting. Are they going to put the Sting in the game? So when they were doing the newer movies, like with Daniel Craig and stuff, when they were doing those movie tie-in games, which they gave up on past 2012, which is hilarious. And then they just stuck to DLC for Rocket League. If they were doing that, do you think they would put... I spelled explosions wrong. Do you think they would put the Sting in? They stopped putting the... Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God, he's incredible. They could have just hired me. With the newer game, they stopped doing that, and they kind of just made them Call of Duty. And so I'm wondering if they're gonna put that back. Do you think they'll do this thing at least once? They will. I'll put on the video board and I'll replace it. This can be replaced. Sting at least once. This can be replaced. No! Great. We're getting towards the end. I feel like there are more things. Let me take a second, because I want to make this video like short. I want to be like consistent with it, but let me take a second. GoldenEye! Do I think Goldfinger is gonna be in the game? He must be. This guy never dies. He's in throughout the entirety of all the games. I guess maybe he's the most like the consequential one. He's in all the games, not all of them, but most of them. He's the last one, 2012, 007 Legends, the most recent game from James Bond. He's in there, and he's still being Goldfinger. He still loves gold. This is also from the game from Goldfinger, the Goldfinger game. It's coming back. It's all coming back to me. My penis! Don't lift my fucking penis off, dude. Let me out. Goldfinger. Be there. Goldfinger is there. Yeah, I'll go over some of these to see if I have better versions of him. Goldfinger's there, and what can he do? I know I want Oddjob to be there, right? Oddjob's gonna... If Goldfinger's there, Oddjob's gonna be there. Imagine put those together. Goldfinger is there. and he gold fingers. Here's the cool thing about GoldenEye. I don't know if this was the intent of the first GoldenEye, because I only played the beginning of the first GoldenEye. I didn't go later. I didn't go farther. But in GoldenEye Rogue Agent, you play, and this is awesome. I need to play these fucking games. You play as a guy who was attempting to sign up for MI6 to be like in that same position as James Bond, and you get rejected because you're too violent. So then you join Goldfinger, and the game is from your perspective working for Goldfinger with Oddjob. That's awesome! GoldenEye Rogue Agent S-Tier. Oh, he gets the golden eye. He gets that golden eye, which lets him see, like, biometric data. And then in 007 Legends, James Bond has those glasses that lets him see stuff. So maybe, like, some type of thermal vision. Some type of vision enhancement. Yeah, vision enhancement. Oh, and a jetpack! Oh my god. So now I've reached the stage where I'm putting in things that I want to do. So we're gonna do some visual enhancements, and then jetpacks. And then is he going to be in London, or is he going to be somewhere else? In 007 From Russia with Love, the Prime Minister's youngest daughter, they had to specify that it's the youngest, gets kidnapped by bad guys, I don't know who they are, and they all have jetpacks, and they pick her up, and they fly into the sky, and then you have to steal another guy's jetpack to chase after them and shoot down the helicopter that is taking her. So now, this is what I love. This is James Bond crazy. I don't know James Bond. This is James Bond crazy. No, I don't know James Bond that well, but I feel like if they're being too grounded with it, it's going to be silly. Oh my god, I forgot another thing. I like it when there are guys rappelling from the ceiling, and James is in a white suit, and he kills a guy, and he steals his jetpack, and he flies up, and he shoots the guy hung up Big Ben, and he blows up a helicopter. That's awesome! That's what I'm talking about when I want the silly, like, gadget stuff. He needs to fly around in a jetpack. Fly with jetpack. I want, like, cheesiness. I want it to be cheesy. And then another thing. So this, something I want a lot. Okay, I've reached the spot where I'm thinking about things that I want to be in the game. The think. Brains think. Neurons pressing together. Skiing. Can't snow, skis. He bonded too hard. One of the early PlayStation 1 games, there are these ski sections where you get to, in the first third-person game for PlayStation 1, where you get to ski and shoot, like, the bad guys, or, like, avoid bad guys. Something about ski lodges and like, spies is the coolest thing on the planet for me. It's like a perfect aesthetic. I need him to be skiing. And then there's another one where he's sneaking into Goldfinger's castle, or is it, no, there's some guy named Nicholas Bosch. I don't know who the fuck that is. I need my boy Goldfinger in the game. No, I'm kidding. I don't know who that guy is. But he has a castle, and you have to sail around this castle in the snow to get to, I think you're sneaking into a party? I don't remember. But it's really cool. I might have just mixed up two games. God, it's so cool. We had skiing and snow, or just snow chase. Yeah, skiing / what's the name of the snowmobile? A snowmobile. It's a snowmobile. I want that. That's awesome. Visual, like, not visual enhancements, visual gadgets. But that would just fall under gadgets. Let's get rid of that. Okay, we have 2 more spots. Let me really think about these. So just give me like 10 minutes to go through the game, so I can really get an idea of the best ones that I want to go through. So the last couple of games are just our Call of Duty. Like, I think I mentioned in my video. So these ones I do have fixed audio for. But like I say a couple times where I'm like, if you just played this game and you didn't know it was James Bond, this is just Call of Duty. Goldfinger. Let's see. Let's watch.
Thank God you're here. He forced me to bring him up to your office.
Yes, I saw. We meet again, Mr. Bond. I thought you would have taken the hint in Miami. I'm not a man to be trifled with. I'll deal with you later. You'll deal with Bond now. Good day, Mr. Bond.
I love video games. Watch this. Watch how crazy this is. What? What are you talking? And then the 4 other guys don't shoot him. Absolutely insane. He dodges it again. You dodge it again. Terrible aim on job. Or maybe James is just that good. I don't know. But like, this is just a Call of Duty game. This is a Call of Duty game. It's fun, but like I need I want to use the gadgets more. These are just firefight video games. Ignore my terrible aim. Don't look at that. Actually, we're gonna stop this. So I don't know. I don't think there's anything from this that I want to bring. I think this was 007 Legends, right? Yeah. 007 Legends was the most recent one, and it's pretty much just a Call of Duty clone. It's just kind of James. Look at this with the white dots and everything. And he's like, "You want to speak with the president?" This is just Call of Duty. God, I'm so cool. I haven't done anything. Okay, here we go. So this is Call of Duty again. Oh, puzzles. That could be one. Puzzles. So this puzzle is like you have to match all the colors. I died. You have to match all the colors to fit each other in the circles, but you have to also do it while you're being shot. And that's just one of the many things. Because then when you're using the biometric scan, or no, the magnetic scanning, biometric scanning is something else. The magnetic scanning, then you can hack into like circuit breakers and stuff, and you have to hold down the triggers and keep them in the wavelength that's constantly moving. I mean, that's fun. So maybe like hacking mini games. Let's add that. Only complicated puzzles or hacking minigames. Let's go back to Bloodstone. Bloodstone, which is the one before, I think 2010. This one's the closest to the Hitman IO, probably what 007 First Light's gonna be like, or the most similar to it. Where it's a third person over the shoulder, and you are actually using stealth and subterfuge to do things. Now, it does kind of eventually turn into a shooter as well. But like there is the way like you use cover and everything, and you swap your weapons. Like this looks probably the closest to what a Hitman game could be. And it looks pretty good. It holds up. The game before this, I think it's Quantum of Solace. Absolutely terrible. Game was not finished. Oh, the game's buggy. That's probably why no one talks about it. It's when Activision and Treyarch, no duh, got their hands on Call of Duty, or not Call of Duty, got their hands on James Bond that it became a Call of Duty. It is janky. Once again, Call of Duty, look at this. Also, Daniel Craig voices James in these games. He barely talks. There is a cool mechanic in which that you can look at the cameras and see yourself, and that's pretty fun. From Russia with Love, I think what was the last game I said was my favorite? I think this one might be my favorite. Was it From Russia with Love again? This one I think is my favorite. There's a hedge maze level, which I think was just creative. Oh my god, I figured it out! There is a scene at the end, let me cut to it, where James Bond dies. He gets fucking killed. And you're like, oh my god, James, no! And this is like and let me tell you, this happens a lot. They fake out James dying so many times, and now I know why that trailer where, you know, he gets shot on top of the train for, I think it was Casino Royale, I don't remember. Where he gets shot, it's like, oh my god, James is dead. He's not, he's fine. But this is like the 4th time they fake out the player being like, you got James killed, Dumbo! And then it was a clone, or it was another agent fake acting as him. Which is still messed up, because somebody actually died. And I know it's not James, but Jesus. James but Jesus, that's a memoir. They also added Bond Vision or Bond Focus, which I was like, sounds like a car. This game is so fun. I gotta do a whole playthrough of these games. I just have to. I like them too much. I had too much fun. But that's definitely one. James dying fake out, where it's like, oh my god, he's dead, and then he's fine. But I want to do like fake body. Fake body will be the second, will be the bonus points. But I just need him to fake die. Okay, I think that's it. I think this is my Bond board. I'll do hacking minigame / puzzles, and then James dying fake out, and then body double. Yeah. And this is my Bond board. I could not have done 25. I love Hitman games. I played all of them. I bought them myself, I think, with my own like money that I made. And I played through I think first Hitman was one of the first games I ever bought for myself. And I played those games over and over. Played Hitman 1, 2, and 3, and all silly modes and stuff. And saw 007 First Light, and at first I was like, oh, I don't care. But then I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, this looks awesome. Also, it's just genius. I don't know about you, but I feel like IO Interactive doing James Bond is perfect. Like, having played the Hitman games, Agent 47's story, it's such a perfect fit, gameplay and story-wise, the way they do their cutscenes and the way they do their stories, and how you can be silly but also serious, and it's like the spy stuff, it's perfect. It's perfect. The problem for me is that I don't know a lot about James Bond, which is why I want to play all these games. It's funny because James Bond is a movie, it's like a movie deal, or movie property more so than anything else, which is why like when every single one of these games starts with that stupid tiger. I don't even know if I can show him on screen. Sorry. Don't call the tiger stupid. The tiger's not stupid, but it starts with like that thing of like where it's like this is a movie property that's being translated into a video game. So some of them were really bad and some of them were really good. So it's crazy. It's also messed up because to see like the more modern we got in that PS3 era, the games became more generic, where it became just kind of like another Call of Duty game. I mean, obviously that's the people who made it, but if I were to rank them, I don't know if I would do a tier list, but I would say my favorites were obviously From Russia with Love and that like PS1, PS2 era of just silly James Bond, like skiing and stuff. Also say the one, let me find out the name, the one where you get to go sneak into Nicholas Bosch's castle or whatever his name is. Everything or Nothing was kind of fun, but I didn't really like the third-person shooter aspect of that. I like it when it's like a kind of a sandbox and it's silly. Hold on. Oh, this one. What's this game called? Nightfire. Nightfire is so good, dude. It's also the game I discovered that my audio wasn't recording, so that's a good full circle moment. But Nightfire and From Russia with Love, S-tier games. I need to play these. And you can just sneak into the party. Should I do a sneaking into a party? Well, no, he's gonna do that. I feel that's cheating. But this is a great example of like the micro camera lighter and the little grappling hook cell phone. That's so dumb. Guided missile. Oh my god, that guided fucking missile. Look at this. Ah, whoosh, high five. I'm sorry. I'll be careful with the rocket launcher. Oh, it worked! I was gonna do a bit. That's awesome. Can I turn it around? This game is actually... Can it go back through? Yeah! This is the best game ever! S-tier game. I gotta play this again too. I have to play these games. I'm making a promise to myself that I will be playing these. Look at him. He's all posh. I like silly, cheesy James Bond where he's sneaking into a castle. Also, he meets up with this woman named Dominique, and he meets her, like, he saves her from a car chase, and then immediately starts making out with her. And then she's like obsessed with him. Oh, and she's French, and she calls him Jams.
If we hurry, we can still catch it.
Okay.
By the way, who are you?
What?
The name's Bond. James Bond.
James Bond. James Strong. James Bond. John. You don't know who I am? You're gonna jump into the car of some random guy?
Jams.
Jams? It's James, you fucking idiot. Jams? He just met her! James, you slut.
Cocktails are waiting for you in the salon.
What? Shut up. That's a different woman. She's like, who the f is that? It's a completely different person.
Jams.
Jams! It's James. Ew. You can't say your name right, dude.
Cover agent.
Oh, it's not as deep as it looks.
I know it's an innuendo, but I don't know
Sorry to
which way.
Dominique Paradis, French intelligence.
Oh, she's French. That's what she says.
Maybe
Jams!
you are the
She doesn't say James, she goes Jams. Wait, I guess it's like French way of saying James. Oh, the car tilt! Okay, screw the car part. I need the car tilt. And this is why you go check things. I don't want the shoot missiles. I want the car tilt. The shoots and missiles is cool, but silver car tilting. That's more important. And then I don't remember which one is Q and which one is M, but they'll probably be there. I kept thinking like, oh, M's the old one, but then Q and M were the same age at some point. So I missed that part. See? Earlier, within this 10 seconds of this chase scene, he has seduced this woman! She doesn't know who he is! Okay, I'm done. I think that's it. These games are incredible. I'm going to, after I play First Light, I'm going to play First Light on my channel. I'm going to buy and play it. After I play First Light, I'm going to go back and do the other ones, because playthroughs are much easier to do. Here's my Bond bingo, and when I play First Light, I will be referencing this on my other screen so I can check about what shows up. I guarantee, what do I think is going to happen actually before I leave? I think Pussy Goober's probably not going to be there. I think there's going to be a Bond defusing. I hope Oddjob's there, but he might not be. I hope there will be fun gadgets, because in Hitman games there's a lot of fun gadgets. There probably will be an intro. It might not be unskippable. Because I know it's going to be an intro with music, obviously. They do that for the movies too. It's kind of like Mission Impossible. But I don't know if it's going to be unskippable. That's the risky part. Because a lot of the ones that when I played them were unskippable. So that's why I put this here. And I hope they're skiing and snowmobiles. So this one seems like it might work. Which one of these do I think will be the one that gets me Bond? Oddjob, Silver Card Tilting, no. College Arc, yeah. Weird Camera Controls, no, probably not. Goldfinger's there, maybe that. Probably this one. This is the wildest one, with the jetpack and the skiing and the hacking minigame and the James dying. Minicopter, tons of explosions. No, I think this one's the one that's most guaranteed to happen, barring the unskippable intro. But the wildest one is probably this, the flying with jetpack and the skiing and the hacking minigame and everything, or probably this one, this card tilt. No, I don't know. Because also the thing is that I think IO isn't afraid to be silly with their games or what they're doing. They like Hitman was very silly. There's an explosive duck and stuff. Like they're not afraid to be silly. All right, I definitely didn't need to play some of the earliest ones. I probably just needed to play the PlayStation ones and up. But you know, what are you gonna do? James Bond, bingo, Bongo. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again when I play James Bond First Light. Hopefully I can get this video out before then. I probably can. Ooh. It's also so funny when I was playing these games. The first, I'm like, oh, I don't know when about James Bond. I'll start with the first game. Like the first thing that comes up is Pussy Galore. And I was like, will I be demonetized? Can I even put this? I can't even do this. Can I even do this? Is it worse if I do this? But that's her name, and it's James Bond. That's her name. I didn't do anything wrong. Her name is Pussy Galore. There we go. Thanks for watching.